Now, I'm getting a lot of questions about other things besides Bitcoin, and so I'm just addressing it by about altcoin season, talking a little bit about Ethereum, Solana, Microstrategy, or strategy now as it's called, Mara. Touch on a few things here, some things to be watching for. I'll be posting a Bitcoin video in a few minutes from now after this, but I'm posting this because I'm getting questions about it, and I'll put up some of my indicators, let you look at them, what you think about it. Stalling at the 200 period moving averages in some cases, and we got to get above those 200 period moving averages, eventually the 50 above the 200 period moving averages, like with the crypto market cap and Ethereum and Solana. See all that in this video. I'll be posting in my Bitcoin video shortly, a very important video on Bitcoin. I'm getting asked about altcoin season, and again, sometimes Bitcoin will make a big move. We'll get a move with other cryptocurrencies and altcoins, but then get a bigger move and follow later. Sometimes they top with Bitcoin, other times they'll top after Bitcoin. I've seen that happen many times, but here, this nice move upward above the 200 period moving average with altcoins. This is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Again, I believe we have an ABC move here, an A, a B, and a C, and I think it's a 5-leg push down into this bullish falling wedge that we've now had a breakout. So I think altcoin season has already begun. We're in this minor wave 1. I think intermediate wave 4 completed here. I think we're in intermediate wave 5, getting this first minor wave, and maybe it's not done yet. Again, this is looking very similar to what we have with Microstrategy. Is this, a wave 4 pullback and then we explode higher? Minor wave 1 isn't done yet, or is minor wave done 1? Is minor wave 1 done, and we're now getting the minor wave 2? So things worth paying attention to. I think we will go much higher with altcoins. In fact, we will with Bitcoin. Take us on into the summer or fall. We'll have to reevaluate once we get there. But I do believe that the bottom is in with the total crypto market cap, including Bitcoin and Ethereum here. For altcoins, the question mark here is wave 1 done or not? L8 wave is totally speculation. Traded, I use it to validate or invalidate its direction. So again, I do not know if minor wave 1 is done or not. Bitcoin got the bullish golden cross this week. We'll see it sooner or later here with the total crypto market cap. If the rally can continue, if we get a trend extension higher, altcoins might play catch up to Bitcoin, but eventually you're going to get this 50 in all likelihood back above the 200, but we might pull back towards it. Minor wave 1 is done now, or go higher and pull back towards it as it's closer to getting a bullish cross with the 200 period moving average. Posting a Bitcoin video shortly, but I'm getting all kinds of questions about altcoin season, about Ethereum, about Mara, about Microstrategy. Make a short video and answer some of those questions. We'll be posting a very important video on Bitcoin shortly, so check back for that. As far as the crypto market cap, got a short-term peak right here, pullback right here. I think so far maybe the move's not done yet. We're getting a lower high. Maybe we get a bigger pullback towards the 50 or a bigger retracement. Got the bottoming signal over here. The topping signal's back over here. So I think that we have a bottom in, but Bitcoin finishes minor wave 1 or has finished it. We start getting a pullback for minor wave 2. We could see that happen with the crypto market cap here as well. Minor wave 1 is now done. It may not be done. Bitcoin still may push to higher levels. We're getting a pullback. But I think altcoin season officially began on April 22nd with this breakout. Blue bars right here, that could change. Bitcoin making new highs. The total market cap here, the crypto total market cap not making new highs. Eventually it could, going forward, if we've now bottomed and this is the start of another push higher, is likely because Bitcoin is starting its 5-leg push higher here, intermediate wave 5. Eventually, altcoins will play catch up to Bitcoin. Now look at Solana. Solana, again, doing the same thing Ethereum is doing, stalling at the 200 period moving average. If we can get above these levels, A sign of strength. Same thing here. We've got a bottom signal. We got above the 50, the green line, got above the 200 here, above the 100 period moving average, the pink line right there. 50's curling up. Eventually, we can get that 50 back above the 200 period. Bitcoin's already done it. We need to see it happen. Ethereum with Solana. If minor wave 1 is not done, we can push up through the 200 period moving average and eventually pull back towards it as the 50 to cross back above that 200, which is eventually going to happen. We are finished with minor wave 1 and we get a bigger pullback right now. Stall with Ethereum and Solana and the crypto market cap near the 200. The crypto market cap is just above the 200. Solana, Ethereum just underneath it. I have these 50 periods below the 200 period with the market cap, with Ethereum, with Solana. So to be done, got to get above these 200 period moving averages. Solana and Ethereum stay above it and continue onward and upward with the crypto market cap. We're going to get a bigger move with altcoins and Solana and Ethereum. Now, again, I'm about to post a Bitcoin video shortly after this video, but wanted to just touch on a few things like Ethereum here. Ethereum in the daily time frame is halting at the 200 period moving average. If we have versions that develops, we can still go higher, especially if Bitcoin tries to pop up a little bit higher. The 50 is still below the 200 period moving average. In order for a longer term bullish case, we got to get the 50 back above the 200. It eventually got back above it here, but we busted up through that 200 and remained above it. I'll be watching. Do we get rejection at the 200 or do we pull back here just a little bit and then bust up through it? And that's where pulling back off that 200 period. Do we bust up through it? And if we get above it, do we hold above it? Here we got the MACD rolling over. The RSI got a lower high for really getting kind of a class C divergence where we have two equal peaks on the Ethereum price, but yet the indicator made a lower high. We'll see if the pullback, if we can get above that 200 period moving average on Ethereum. If we get above the 200, the rally can continue. If we stall here, the risk is a bigger pullback. Here in the daily time frame, a bottoming signal formed. We went lower, and then we got a reversal, and eventually blue bars above the 50 took us up to the 200 period where we stalled out there for now. Tested it again. So again, can we get back above that level? Or do bars turn red and we start pulling back towards the 50? And here's the 100. We did get above the 100 period moving average. It's starting to try to flatten out a little bit. Got to get above that 200 if the advance is going to continue here. And right now, if we're getting this first leg higher, it may not be done yet. Watching to see if we clear that 200 period moving average. Ethereum has risen nearly 100%, 98.13%. From the low here up to the high. We've had a big move higher. From our high over here down to the low, we've had a 50% Fibonacci retracement. So if we can get above here, we might stall near closer to the 61.8 Fibonacci up in here, above the 3,000 area, 78.6 Fibonacci at the 3,500 area. So we'll be watching if we can clear that 200 period moving average. We saw signals bearish, consistently bearish through the decline. We flipped here, still have blue bars, everything's blue. Stalling at the 50% retracement, we're stalling at the 200 period moving average. So we've got to clear that level if the advance is going to resume. If we turn down off of it, we can get a bigger corrective move. And stay tuned for my Bitcoin video. I'll be posting that shortly. Here we have Mara. Again, bullish turned bearish, consistently red, and then it flipped back to blue here. Little bit of pullback, flip things to red, and then right back to blue. So again, if we end up seeing cryptocurrencies all begin to pull back, Bitcoin pull back, Ethereum pull back, Mara is likely to join it. I got a bottoming signal here for Mara. At the bottom, we went a little bit lower, no reversal bar, but we did see bars flip back to blue. Short-term top here, pullback as we got above the 50 period here in the daily time frame, pull back to the 50, bounce off of it, went up to the 200 period moving average. Now another little topping signal at the 200 period. You got a little topping tail there. We're pulling back. And the same thing Ethereum's doing, stalling at the 200 period moving average. So again, we've got to get above the 200 period moving averages with Ethereum, with Mara. Got to get the 50s back above the 200 if we're going to get a bigger recovery. At an explosive move off of the lows, we're pulling back. The advance to resume. We got a little reversal bar, and then we got a little topping bar here. It could just be a short-term top for short-term momentum, or it could mark a peak that could give us something bigger if bars start turning red. Can it get back above the 200 period? We see a bigger correction right now. It's a $64,000 question. Mara did get above the cloud here. That is a positive sign. And the 50, we're holding above that. That's a positive sign. But if we start losing these levels, then that could be problematic. Get above that 200 period moving average. We got the MACD rolling over. We saw a bullish divergence for Mara down at the bottom here, and that has given us a hollow red candlestick, first a bottoming tail and then a hollow red candlestick that has given us a reversal here that has given us this rally. Mara was down 5.88% on Friday. A drop with Bitcoin and crypto. We've got momentum turning down here. We've got a divergence on the stochastic and some other indicators with the MACD rolling over. So the risk is that we get a bigger pullback right here. If we find support at the 50 in the cloud, that would be positive. Below that, we may get a deeper Fibonacci retracement. That's the risk here. Microstrategy dropped 7.5% on Friday, and selling off with Bitcoin that dropped 4%. Again, MACD rolling over here, but we bounced off the 200 period moving average. We're back above the 50. This is green line is the 50 period moving average. 100 down here. So again, the cloud on MicroStrategy is support. These moving averages, if we lose the moving averages, you have the 200 here at the low end of the cloud. So again, MicroStrategy, or strategy as it's called right now, again, I think it will go much higher. Get a bigger pullback right now, this is where we might go. Now, it could be just a more shallow pullback, and we're not done yet. Bitcoin tries to resume the advance, and it very well could, but just something we're paying attention to. It's uncertain the rally is done yet. With Bitcoin, I don't have enough evidence of that. You can watch my Bitcoin video posted later today, likely just a few minutes after this video is up. My longer-term target is up here for MicroStrategy. I think it will eventually move to new highs. Again, out of a bull flag, I think this trend line is likely where we are headed, similar to my Bitcoin target, and that's where I think we're ultimately going. I think MicroStrategy will eventually form a massive divergence at much higher levels here. I do think we're pulling back. If that is a wave 2, we'll get a bigger pullback. This trend line, this red trend line right here, the accelerated trend line, which we bounced off previously. So if Bitcoin ends up getting the bigger pullback right here, right now, it stands to reason MicroStrategy will, but I don't think there's enough evidence the rally is finished yet with Bitcoin, as you'll see in my Bitcoin video that I'll be posting shortly. Again, if Bitcoin is still forming minor wave 1, we could see the same thing with MicroStrategy, just be a smaller pullback. If it's a wave 2 and minor wave 1 is done, then we'll get a bigger pullback. It did get a red bar on Friday. Bitcoin still has bullish bars. Can we resume the advance if Bitcoin tries to recover? MicroStrategy can. Making this video, I'm getting a lot of questions about Ethereum, about altcoin season, about Mara, about strategy. Trying to answer some of those questions. My Bitcoin video shortly. But it's a positive thing that MicroStrategy bounced off the 200 period moving average, that the 50, the green line, is still above the 200 period. If we get a bigger pullback, you want to be watching 50, the 100 down here, the 200 down here, the short-term topping signal, no reversal bar. Did get one over here. It failed to play out. Nice reversal signal off of the 200 period, along with this low right here, marking the bottoming process. So again, Bitcoin gets a bigger pullback and starts to reverse right now. We should see it with MicroStrategy. If the Bitcoin rally resume, then maybe MicroStrategy tries to go a little bit higher, getting a bigger pullback.